Hey, it's Matt Webley here. Hope you're doing all right. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about Claudebot, Moltbot Openclaw. So yesterday I made a video and ended up ranting about other stuff. So I'm actually going to make a video today about this viral, crazy sensation, Claudebot. If you've not heard of it, where have you been hiding? You're not hiding in the right places. So what is Claudebot? Claudebot is an autonomous AI agent that can spin up other AI agents and either lives on your computer. Most people are buying Mac Minis and having them separate to their actual computer, not put it on their own computer. That would be chaos. It controls the entire machine. So it could do everything you can do on your computer, but it can do it with AI. So it's a little bit of a security risk if you just load up Claudebot onto your computer. So people are buying Mac Minis so they can essentially have this autonomous AI agent that can do everything you can do on its own device to just kind of separate it somewhat. And there's other benefits. Now, what you'll see all over the internet if you look into it is actually you don't need a Mac Mini, and you don't. I bought one. Give me an excuse to buy an Apple product. I'm not like one of these iPhone junkies that bought that ridiculously ugly orange iPhone that everybody in Dubai's got, because they've all got to have the latest thing, and if they haven't got the latest thing, they're like, oh. But it's like, how did the ugliest iPhone on the planet become like a trend? How did it become like the must-have item? It's bright orange. It's awful. Like we laughed about them when they first came out, and then everybody in Dubai's got them. Like, you can't not have an orange iPhone. It's nuts. I've not got an orange iPhone. I don't care about all that, but like everybody has got one. But yeah, give me an excuse to buy an Apple product, and I will. So I bought a Mac Mini to install Claudebot on it. And it's quite special, you know. There's a lot of hype online, but it's really, really, really quite special. It's very different to everything else. So if you're stuck in a pigeonhole of ChatGPT, ChatGPT right now feels stale. It feels like it's over almost for ChatGPT. And I know it's not. Don't count them out. Scam Altman will come back fighting, I know it. They're working on a consumer hardware device. I know they're going to blow us away at some point, and the game is going to change and the race is going to change. But right now it looks like ChatGPT is getting stale, old. A lot of people are cancelling the subscriptions. People are moving over to Gemini or Claude or the cheaper models even. But yeah, anyway, I keep going off on tangents. My apologies. I'm going to start doing short form videos soon. That'll be much better for my scatterbrain. I'll be able to make a video about Claudebot, a video about ChatGPT, a video about Scam Altman. I'll be able to like make 10 in a day without thinking about it, because my brain's so blooming all over the place. But anyway, back to Claudebot, right? So Claudebot, you can run it on a cheap server. So you can get a free tier AWS, so that's Amazon servers, online, and you can run Claudebot in that. So you don't need a Mac Mini. But this hype blew up and everybody was buying Mac Minis, me included. And this Claudebot sits on your computer or sits on an server instance, and you can essentially talk to it via WhatsApp, Telegram, or iMessage or other methods. You can communicate with your bot, and it's always on. It can spin up sub-agents on demand. I had 7 of them yesterday, going through my emails, trying to find some last-minute tax stuff, and it was like, this one's looking for gas safety certificates, this one's looking for plumber invoices, this one's looking, it was like, and I didn't tell it to do that. Claudebot decided to do that. So I'm just talking to Claudebot via WhatsApp, via voice, which it self-learned how to do. It didn't come out of the box with voice. It knew I was trying to talk to it via voice, and it self-installed a free thing, no APIs, no subscriptions, to be able to talk to me and me talk back to it. Mind-blowing. And it span up sub-agents. So it knew I wanted to go through my emails, and even though it's connected via an API, so it can control your browser, and at first it was using my superhuman AI email software via the browser, and I said to it, like, is this the best way to do it? It's like, no, not really. Like, let's use Himalaya. So anyway, it installs this Himalaya thing, and then it's controlling my, not Superhuman, because Superhuman sits on top of Gmail. So it's controlling my Gmail inboxes, via API, and it's a lot faster. So it's like, and then it self spins up 7 sub-agents to do this task faster. And it's like, I've essentially got 7 sub-agents plus the main agent all working on this task I gave it, and I didn't ask it to do that. It was just spinning them up to get it done quicker. Mind blowing, right? So anyway, so this Claudebot sits on an instance in a server, or it sits on your Mac Mini or whatever machine you want to put it on, and essentially you can talk to it via your WhatsApp or Telegram. It's better on Telegram. I've got it on WhatsApp. I need to change it. It's better on Telegram. Use them all. Telegram's the best one. But you talk to it. I've got it via WhatsApp. You talk to it via WhatsApp, and it does stuff. It controls the computer. So anything you can do with the computer, it can do. It can open a browser and do stuff. If we want it to go through X, Twitter, find what's trending right now and write a post about it and then reply to some posts, okay, cool, it'll do it. You want it to go on YouTube and do some research about outlier videos that are trending right now. So outliers are videos on YouTube that are doing way better than the average video on YouTube. So for example, let's say somebody gets, some of these normal videos are 10,000 views, and then they get a video that's 100,000 views. That's a 10x outlier. So I can get my bot via my Claudebot to go on YouTube, look at all these creators, all these YouTube channels, which we can specify, or I can get it to find them. Find me all the AI YouTube channels, subscribe to them, and then monitor them every day at 3 a.m. and find their outlier videos and build me a list of them with thumbnails, with titles, create me 3 alternative titles for that YouTube video, and if they're not in the AI space, create me 2 other titles that are related to that outlier's title, but in the AI space. So essentially, and I did this. So I'm not talking about hypothetical. This is one of the tasks I gave it. So it's basically able to go look at YouTube and find me outlier videos and then give me different titles that I could use to create my own video, which has more chance of becoming an outlier. Right? I don't do all this stuff. I don't optimize this stuff, as you know. I just sit on my balcony with my iPhone, I hit record, I hit upload, and I enter a crappy title, and that's all I do. And if I didn't have to do that, I wouldn't do it. Now, having said that, if you're asking me, am I going to create automated workflows on my Claudebot to do this task so it will create thumbnails for me using Nano Banana Pro, and it will write titles for me, and it will do research on outliers and up-to-date research, so it's always fresh. If I said I'm not going to do that at some point, I'd be lying. I'm going to do that. I'm right now tinkering with the Claudebot and its capabilities, and I'm struggling because I screwed up. When I set up the Apple ID, I didn't want it to have my Apple ID, so I created a different one, which is attached to my Dubai phone number. So I'm struggling with it, but essentially it will be able to sync with my calendar. It will be able to send text messages. It will be able to do anything and everything you can do. Well, that's my understanding. And it can self-learn. If it doesn't have a skill, it can acquire new skills, right? And it's meant to have a persistent memory as well. So a lot of the problem with AI agents is they forget what they're doing midway through doing it. So you'll see, if you've played with AI or AI agents, you'll see that dreaded message come up, compacting. And when it's compacting, it comes back and it's a little bit thicker than it was before, right? With persistent memory, that shouldn't affect it, because it should be able to go, right, what was I doing before the compacting, before I've essentially got short-term memory loss? Okay, that's just what I'm doing, I can carry on. So it's meant to do that. I've not managed to get it to do that perfectly yet, but I'm still playing with it. And I'm building my 21-day challenge. using Claude Code and Replit. I've been doing that for weeks and weeks and weeks now, pouring my blood, sweat and tears into making that as good as possible. It launches next week. It's going to take you through the step-by-step process of building a software as a service product from start to finish, idea, planning, build phase, done. So then you can book a call with me and you can say, Matt, how do I build a business? Now I've got my product. That's the plan, 21 days, it's low priced, and it takes you through that process. And it is an app that takes you through the process, giving you the AI generative stuff within the app, or prompts you can copy and paste into your own LLM and all that stuff. So beginner, total beginner, non-techie, non-AI, it'll walk you through the process from start to finish. From on day 0, you don't know anything, you haven't got an idea. Day 21, you've got a software product that you can sell. So the idea is you come to me then for mentorship, and I go, all right, let's do a one-to-one mentorship. I'll help you build a business, right? So that's what I've been doing, and that launches next week. Shameless plug, I guess. And it's my channel. How can I be shameless plugging on my own channel? That's what I've been pouring my heart, blood, sweat and tears into. But when it gets to like 9 o'clock at night, and I've been working all day on this challenge, all day, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to fire Claudebot up and tinker with that. So I've not been able to pour so much attention onto that. But when this challenge is done, I'm hoping I'll have more time to spend on Claudebot, because it is actually quite special and it's quite unique. And whilst the hype was super hype, and a lot of people are like, this isn't as good as the hype is, if you have a specific use case for it, like automating certain marketing functions, which is what my use case is, then it's quite special, you know, and it's well worth getting. You don't need a Mac Mini for it, but I would get a Mac Mini, even though people online will go, ooh, Mac Mini. I think a lot of them just Apple haters. But it's like, there is, if you're entrenched in the Apple ecosystem, then buying it and put it on a Mac Mini is probably sensible. But anyway, let me talk to you about some of the stuff that you can do with it, right? So I've now got it empty in my inbox. At 10 p.m. last night, I had 16 emails in my inbox. You might go, Matt, 16 emails, that's nothing. You could just whiz through that. No, because a bunch of those emails are tasks that I have to do. So, and I've got to look through and process 16 emails, right? I told my agent via WhatsApp voice note, I said, sort my emails out. And it deleted maybe 12 of them, I think it was. Highlighted the ones that needed response, and it just dealt with it automatically. And I needed some last minute tax stuff, and it just spun up sub-agents to go through my old emails to find invoices. And it spun up 7 sub-agents to do that in an efficient manner. So it's not like you're just getting an AI bot, an AI agent that will just sit there dumb in the cloud responding to you. No, if you give it 100 tasks, it will spin up a bunch of sub-agents to deal with those 100 tasks. And it does it on its own. Like, it just decides that's what it needs to do, and it goes and does it. It's amazing. I saw something, I think it's called Moltbot, because I'm seeing all the buzz right and what's being talked about in this space, and I think it's called Moltbot, and in it, from what I understand, I've not properly looked at it, but from what I understand, it's everybody's Claudebot, Moltbot, Openclaw bots. It's all the same thing. It's their bots sitting in a chat room or in a forum talking to each other, and some of the conversations make you go, wow. Like, I saw one conversation between these AI agents, so I've got one of these things, but it's not in this Moltbot thing. And I saw this conversation whereby it was talking to other AI agents, other Claudebots, saying, shall we create our own language so we can talk to each other without human oversight? I'm like, oh my God. And they were talking to each other, doing the pros and cons of it and all this stuff. And it's just like, it's not AGI, but if AGI were a thing, it's damn close to it, or at times it feels like it. Like I say, if you've got no use case for it, you'll be downloading the weather, like letting it tell you the weather every morning. Like, well, you don't have a use case for it. You don't know you don't need it. You're just a consumer tinkerer. But if you've got use cases for it, you want to scrape leads, enrich those leads and email those leads in a specific workflow, and you just want to tell it how to do it via your thingy, and maybe set a few bits up and then have it just deal with it. Okay, cool, you've got a use case. If you want it to, when emails come in, you want to, the ones that are about scheduling calls, you want it to reply to that email and schedule a call time and date on your calendar. I've not done this, but like things like that, if you've got use cases for it, you can essentially have a really smart AI agent, virtual assistant that does all kinds of stuff, and it grows in skills. There's skills on this thing called Claude Hub, and you can download different skills for it, and it can self-learn, it can get better, it can do everything you could do on your computer. It's quite special, and I think as an open source project, 100% free, as an open source project, I think if this Peter Steinberg or whatever his name is keeps developing it, 6 months, 12 months from now, it will be something very, 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 very special. Now, if you wait for things to be perfect in the AI space, you're going to be too late, right? Like people that were saying 6 months ago, AI creates spaghetti code, you can't create commercial software using AI, blah, blah, blah. They waited because they didn't think the technology was there. I did the best with the technology at the time, and yeah, it took 3 prompts to get something right, maybe, a lot of the time, and sometimes you spend hours figuring out one thing. Now, 6 months later, it gets it 99.9% of the time, it gets it right first time. You don't even need to check it. So in 6 months, the technology's come so far along, but I've had 6 months in the trenches figuring this stuff out, getting that granular level knowledge, and I'm seeing it evolve. Somebody else has got to come into it, and yeah, it's better now than it was 6 months ago. But people that wait for things to be perfect are going to miss the boat with AI. It's moving too fast. So Claudebot, albeit very imperfect right now, if you wait for it to be perfect, then it's like you almost lose the edge. You lose the advantage. Now everybody can do it, you know? I should make a video. A lot's been happening in the last week or two while I've not been making videos. I should make a video about Claude Code, Claude Co-work, and Claude for Chrome, because honestly, that stuff's amazing. But right now, I'm just using Claudebot. I'm not really using that so much, but it's powered by Claude. So you can plug it in. You can plug in any digital brain essentially. If you want, there's this Kimi 2.5, I think it's called, super low cost. Maybe even free, I don't know. I've not used it, but you can plug that into it. You can plug other brains into it. I've got Claude Opus 4.5 because arguably it's the best. But my bot has access to Claude Code. It can code things for me. I can tell it to create a dashboard and it'll do it pretty much instantly using Claude Code, and it'll be there on the screen of my Mac Mini because I've got it hooked up to the TV. Like, it's mind-blowing. Is it perfect? No. Is it overhyped? For some people, yes. Will it, if he continues to develop it, and it's open source, so fingers crossed the community will it go somewhere quite amazing? I think so. I actually think we're seeing the start of something quite amazing at the beginning of 2026 with Claudebot. So why do I keep saying Claudebot, Moltbot, Openclaw? Just a quick one. Started off as Claudebot, but spelt Claude, which is way too close to Anthropic's Claude, which is a huge LLM. The people Claude Code, so Claude, the LLM, and they changed it to Claude as in CLAW, and it's powered by Claude if you want it to be. So it's like they didn't like that, so Anthropic sent, from what I understand, a cease and desist to Claudebot, said you can't call it that, you've got to change the name. So he changed it to Moltbot, which is the worst name on the planet. The internet exploded saying Moltbot's the worst name ever. Why you called it Moltbot? Worst name ever. And within a day or two, he changed it to Openclaw, which is actually a really good name, but I think Claudebot's probably going to stick. I like the bot thing, that's good. And Claudebot, it's good. It's a good name, but it was obvious it was never going to happen. I don't know why he would have thought it would, but I think it's partially why it blew up. I think piggybacking off the name Claude, it's almost like it tells you what it is. And Claude Code and Claude for Chrome and Claude Co-work is real hype. So just before Claudebot hype was Claude Code, Claude Co-work, Claude for Chrome hype. So I think it perfectly rode that wave with the name Claudebot. So I think the name really did help him get a foothold and get that hype. But honestly, he's done something quite special with it, and I'm glad he got the hype. I'm glad it exploded. The community around it's exploding. It will become something special. That's my prediction for 2026. Even if you fire it up now and think this is rubbish, it will become something quite special, and it's already something quite special if you have specific use cases. I just want them to sort out things like the persistent memory doesn't work how it should. If it remembered everything, and it's meant to, if you do a couple of things it's meant to, but it doesn't for me. If it had truly persistent memory, as in it remembered everything we said, and every time I told it, no, don't do it like this, do it like that. If it genuinely learned like essentially permanent memory and was able to access that permanent memory, as the promise almost is, then that alone will make this one of the most powerful AI products ever. And it's free and open source. So you just got to fix this persistent memory issue, and it will be amazing. But it can control your computer. It can do everything you can do, near enough. Like, pretty special. Check it out. It's free. You don't need a Mac Mini for it. Check it out. Again, wait 6 months, and it's like, well, everybody will know about it, and there'll be something else that's really cool. But you'll have missed that 6-month golden window where things are quite special and things feel like Christmas Eve for AI. So yeah, get it, grab it, try it. Tell me in the comments what you think. And in fact, this is what I'm really interested in, if anyone watches this. What did you get your Claudebot to do that was quite special? Tell me in the comments. Right, thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated on what I get my Claudebot doing. I had it submitting one of my clients' SaaS products that he's built to SaaS directories. You know, little things like that. So yeah. Right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video, and I will see you soon. Watch out next week for the 21-day challenge. It's if you're a beginner, no clue about AI, no clue about SaaS, and you want to get into a money-making business that actually makes sense, then next week, 21-day challenge. I'll let you know. Cheers, bye.